Yeah.
All right, Coach. Go ahead.
Well, it was such a hard-fought game. It was ugly and beautiful and all in between. I credit LSU for playing so hard, and with Coach O not being their head coach and how hard they play. You have to give credit to their kids and their coaching staff for continuing to coach and do their job. And I was really proud of our guys, being down at half and coming back. And I mean, it wasn't pretty, but when that ball went through the uprights, it was one of the prettiest things I'd ever seen. To come to LSU at night and to win is hard anytime, and we're very, very, very proud to have the boot, and I'm proud of my coaching staff. That's it.
Let me know if you've got questions. Tom, why don't you get started?
Sounds good. Hey, Sam, can you describe what the post-game locker room was like? If you were up to any shenanigans and what y'all talked about?
It's hard to describe the kids. I will say this, that's why we coach. If they took away that time, man, coaching wouldn't be near as fun. When you win, you should celebrate, and that's what I told the kids. The offensive guys were kind of halfway down, and a little bit down. They were excited we won, but man, when you win, you got to celebrate it, and that's exactly what they did. And we had a heck of a time, and I never mentioned individual play to the team, but I did talk about Cam Little and Mo Brown. It was awesome.
They had you off rhythm. They had you off rhythm with their blitzing in the first half. What did you do to overcome that? And can you maybe speak to what KJ scrambling meant to you in this
Well,
game?
we tried to throw some screens off of it and pick their linebacker, which wasn't successful. We tried to throw some bubbles out there, but we weren't doing a very good job of blocking on the edge. And we tried to throw a slant, and it didn't work. And so basically, KJ made a guy miss, and then made the play happen to, I believe, Dominique. And it was one play. Our defense was playing so well, and still had too many penalties on both sides of the ball with 9, and I think they had fewer than that, maybe 6. But we tried to run the ball. Our adjustment was trying to get the ball up the middle. They were too fast for us. We weren't able to block their linebackers. 18's a great player, and they played man free on us, and we couldn't hold up protecting them. So I don't know that we did a little bit better in the second half, but they were very, very good defense tonight, and we struggled. But KJ found a way to make enough plays.
Okay, and finally, you won the turnover battle 3-0. And can you describe Monteric's pick there, in overtime?
Well, we won the toss, and we elected to go on defense. And, I thought we had them earlier, and then they made a really good throw and catch on 3rd down and got to the 11. And then, they threw the pick. Mo picked the ball. They didn't throw it. He went and got it. He went and picked the ball, and then at that point, I told KB that we were going to run it twice to center it, and if we didn't make a 1st down, Cam was going to go win the game, and that's exactly what happened. And, man, how nice is it to have a kicker that if you put it in the middle of the field, he's going to make it, and it doesn't matter what the pressure is. But when Mo picked it off, I thought we had a chance.
Hutch?
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask you about Cam and just your confidence in him, and what was his kind of attitude and kind of how did he look during that timeout before kicking the field goal?
I didn't look at him. I was talking to the wings and the tight ends about handling the edge pressure. But I pretty much felt like if he got the ball up that he was going to make it. Ironically, when we faked the field goal in the 3rd quarter, I believe it was the 3rd, Cam was the most excited guy whenever I said, hey, we're going to fake it, because he felt like it was there all night. And sure enough, Bauer went down there and did it. But it just shows you how unselfish that Cam is. You know, everybody else would have wanted to kick it. Now it ended up being a three-pointer because we weren't able to convert and score a touchdown. But he's just a really good kid. I think he was 2 for 2 tonight. Is that correct? 3 for 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 3 for 3, and an extra point. So very, very valuable.
And on that fake, is that something y'all put in to this week, or was that something y'all had all season, and was it a look that you thought you were going to get?
Well, we've been repping. We rep a fake every week, and we just felt real confident after what they showed us on the first extra point that we knew, you know, because a year ago they blocked a field goal for us to tie, and we felt like we could slow the rush down if we faked it, and we felt like, you know, obviously you're not going to call it if you don't feel like you can get it, but the numbers were there and the kids executed it really well, and Bauer turned on the wheels, you know.
All right, let me know if you got more questions. Bob?
Hey, Sam, congrats. What do you think of your defense tonight? Even in overtime, they only gave up 13 points, only a little over 300 yards, and got the 3 takeaways. Just what do you think of their performance overall?
Well, you could tell that the game plan for LSU was to run the ball, and they felt certainly like they could run the ball on us. And you know, they had some success, but I would think we had a little bit more success of stopping it. I thought our defense, Barry did a nice job and the defensive staff of going from 4 to 3 down and give them a little bit different looks. This is probably it is. I know it's the most we've blitzed all year, but it's also the most multiple that we've been as well. So I thought they mixed it up well. I thought the kids executed the plan. We tackled pretty darn good tonight, and of course, getting the 3 turnovers with the botch snap on the Wildcat, and then Mo picking off 2 of them was basically the difference of the game.
And Nussmeier, he's obviously got a ton of talent, a big arm and all that, but do you think maybe you guys were able to, I don't know, frustrate him a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know, Bobby. You know, he hadn't played much ball, so I you know, Ed probably have a better answer than me on that.
Trey Schapp?
Hey, Coach, nice win. The reaction to your players, that's why you get into coaching, to see them come down here and
Amen.
Win a game like this. And these seniors that have lost so many in a row, that's what you get into coaching for, isn't it?
Amen. That's it. I mean, you know, if you can't, I mean, there's a lot of things go into coaching, but the number one thing better be them kids, the number one. And I think that's what we do here at the University of Arkansas. And whenever they go out, I mean, we had a lot of guys banged up, beat up, guys that they just kept coming. I'm sure LSU did too. I'm not taking anything away from LSU. I'm talking about our kids. And then to get in there in the locker room and see their face and how they reacted, to go on the road and do that. I mean, everybody got on me last time because I said it was a Super Bowl, but I can say whatever I want because that's how I feel. And I feel that this was a huge win for our program. And if somebody doesn't think it is, well, that's fine. But I do, and that's why I'm saying it.
Christina?
Go Hogs. We just beat LSU on the road. Go Hogs.
You mentioned that you don't usually like to talk about players in the locker room post-game, but you talked about Mo specifically. What did you say, or what did you have to shout out Mo for? Them two wonderful, beautiful picks that he had tonight. And, of course, little Cam, you know, kicking those 3 field goals. So I know his name's Cam Little, but I call him Little Cam. But his leg ain't. Big Cam is his leg, but anyway, that's why, because Cam, you know, Cam did such a good job, and I just never do, but I mean, guy picked a pass in overtime, gave us a chance for Cam Little to go in there and kick a field goal and win. Big pick. Big. Huge.
Clay?
Yeah, Coach, their defense loaded the box. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody's really done that to stop the run. And just talk about the pressure that put on your quarterback.
Well, we tried a little bit of everything. You know, we tried his runs, which, again, a loaded box means an even box because you have a quarterback running the ball. But we, you know, had a hard time. We were trying to go outside early. We're trying to do some different things. We just had a hard time of blocking them. And then they'd run their safeties down in there. You know, they man-freed us, and then in third down, they'd go zero, and we didn't have enough time to throw a slant or a post or a go ball. And if we did, you know, it was short. The slant, one of the slants was going to be short anyway. But they loaded up because they had one single high and sometimes no safeties back there, and said, hey, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to throw it. And ironically, the touchdown we had was a pass, but it was one where KJ had to, you know, had a hot receiver, and he just made the guy miss a tackle and came out and threw a touchdown pass.
Trey Biddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't think Trey heard you.
Trey.
Is it me? Okay, yeah, I didn't hear you. Hey, Coach, I was just wanting to ask you about what you thought about the resiliency of the defense, especially early on in the front seven. Also,
Yeah.
when the offense was having trouble converting third downs and just asking them to go out there over and over and over again, and they were stout.
Yeah, they saved us. You know, they saved the team. You know, by, and you know, the offense has done that in different games. You know, where they came back and scored. You know, when they needed to and all that. And that's why I told the team, Trey, how proud I was of them that. You know, we won as a team, you know, but they really kept us in the ball game in the first half. I mean, really kept us in, and then, you know, we had the ball coming out in the second half, couldn't do, you know, we moved a little bit better, but I think we got stalled somewhere around the 50. But, yeah, they played big. Again, LSU was going to run the ball to beat us, and just they weren't, you know, able to run it well enough, you know, to beat us, and you have to give Barry and his staff and them kids a lot of credit.
Seemed like KJ, you know, just kind of scrambling and buying time ended up being the best offense you had. Why do you think the screen game didn't work, though? Y'all called a lot of them, but, I mean, they're blitzing.
Well, we didn't block them, Trey. We didn't block them. I mean, we were sitting there in man-to-man, and we missed a ton of blocks. And I'm talking about from the wide receivers, but I'm talking about from the interior linemen. You know, basically somebody's got that back, and we were trying to pick him with a lineman, and we couldn't get him. We couldn't get him picked. Now we did in practice, but we couldn't get the guy picked, and our edge blocking wasn't very good tonight. If I had anything, I'm not going to say negative, because if I had anything, there's a lot of things we have to get better at, but we'll worry about tomorrow, I guess.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nate.
Well, how do you feel that they were able to stifle Burks, and kind of what did you all do to try and make them compensate for that?
Well, we kept trying to get him the ball, you know, as much as we could. The problem, to be honest with you, how they stopped Traylon Burks tonight is they rushed more than we could protect. I mean, that's the bottom line, and teams in the past have done that, and he's beat them on a slant or a go ball, and we just didn't get that done tonight. I thought their safeties and their corners played really aggressive, and they did a nice job, and we just didn't have enough time to get the ball. You know, we tried to, like I say, we tried to change it, get some screens. We tried to roll away from it. We tried to do some things, but it didn't work. It worked, you know, enough to win the game, but we're going to see that again, I'm sure, from Alabama and from Missouri. So we got to get that fixed.
Thank you.
Last one, Bob.
My Lord, we're setting a league record in here.
Hey, Sam, you guys are 2-0 now in these trophy games. Broke a long losing streak to A&M, broke a long losing streak to LSU. You can break a long losing streak to Missouri. Not you, but Arkansas can't. You haven't lost all those teams all those years. But just how big is that, and what do you plan to do with the boot? as far as displaying it and stuff?
Well, we're going to put the boot just where we put the Southwest Classic, right on the floor in the lobby, and it's going to sit there for a day, and then we'll find a place to put it. But for a day, it's going to, I told the kids we're going to put it right in the middle of the floor, and that's where we're going to put it. And then, yeah, we've got one more game to play for a trophy, but that's, you know, after we're going to celebrate tonight, but we got Alabama next week, you know, I mean, it's the life of the SEC West, but yeah, we'd like to get them all, but certainly we're not ready to even talk about that until that week comes.
Thanks, Coach. We're
Go
done.
Hogs. The Hogs.